explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into one of the biggest stories shaping our world right now, the incredible investment boom happening in artificial intelligence. And believe me, calling it a modern-day gold rush isn't an exaggeration at all. We're seeing companies and investors just scrambling to stake their claim in this new frontier. But just how big is this race really? Well, analysts at CMB International have put a number on it, and it is absolutely staggering. They're forecasting a $2 trillion market by 2026. And look, this isn't some far-off, pie-in-the-sky prediction. Gartner's data shows that global spending on AI is set to leap by a massive 37% in 2026 alone. And that growth, it's happening everywhere, from the heavy-duty servers and infrastructure needed to build these things, all the way to the software apps that you and I are starting to use every day. So let's break this down. Let's get into what this $2 trillion bet really looks like. Because this isn't just about promises of the future. We are talking about enormous amounts of money being invested right now, as we speak. You know, $2 trillion is a number so big, it's almost hard to wrap your head around, right? So, to really understand the kind of potential we're talking about, let's look at a real-world example of a different disruptive technology that completely took over an industry. Okay, so we're actually going to take a little detour from pure AI for a moment. We're going to look at a different kind of advanced tech, robotic surgery, and specifically a company called Intuitive Surgical. Their Da Vinci surgical system, it is the perfect case study. It's an amazing analogy for how truly groundbreaking technology can create this incredible, almost unbelievable wave of demand and market value. So this is the crucial part. What are the telltale signs? How can you spot a technology that's right on the edge of a massive growth spurt? Let's take a look at the anatomy of a real tech boom. Okay, first thing you see is just surging demand. I mean, look at this. Intuitive Surgical reported an 18% jump in procedures using its robots in just 1 year. And what happens when demand shoots up like that? Well, the market takes notice. Big time. That demand helped rocket the company's stock price up 10% in a single day, hitting a brand new record high. And just listen to this quote from their CEO because it really drives home the real-world impact. We are talking about millions and millions of patients. And get this, most of those surgeries happened in just the last 5 years. Folks, that's not hype. That is a sign that a technology is becoming the new standard. Okay, so let's take everything we just learned from that case study and bring it all back to the world of AI, where, let me tell you, a seriously fierce competition is heating up. This right here, this is basically the leaderboard. This is the AI horse race. It ranks the top-performing large language models, the brains behind tools like ChatGPT. And as you can see, it is a super tight race at the top. You've got all the big names in there, Google, OpenAI, Anthropic, all fighting for that #1 spot. So, what's fueling this insane race? Well, analysts are pointing to a few key things. First, the models are getting way more powerful, but, and this is the real kicker, they're also getting cheaper to run. And that combination right there, that's the fuel that's igniting this explosion of new apps that we're seeing pop up everywhere. Okay, now this chart, this is where it gets really, really interesting. This basically maps out the huge trade-off in AI right now. How smart is the model versus how much does it cost to operate? Now, see that top left quadrant? That is the promised land. That is the absolute sweet spot. Models that give you high intelligence for a low cost. And that quadrant, that is the holy grail for every AI developer and investor out there. The companies that can land their models in that zone have a massive, massive competitive advantage. So what does all this mean? What's the takeaway for the companies building this future and for the people who are investing in them? Well, for investors, it's all about looking past the buzz and the hype. The real question, the only question that really matters, is who can actually turn these gigantic investments into real profit. It's all about monetization and efficiency. And this table gives you a sense of how Wall Street is placing its bets. You're looking at the projected price-to-earnings ratios for some of the tech giants for 2026. In simple terms, this number shows you how much investors are willing to pay today for every dollar of future earnings. It's a key sign of the market's confidence in their AI strategy. And that's really the bottom line here. As this AI gold rush continues to unfold, the winners won't just be the ones who build the coolest, most cutting-edge tech. The winners will be the ones who figure out how to build the best business around that tech. So yep, the new tech era has arrived. There's no question about that. The only question left The $2 trillion question that everyone in Silicon Valley and on Wall Street is trying to answer is, who's going to build the future?